Hello guys, today we're going to talk about a cool function called concatenate. And I already have a whole bunch of things on here that are concatenated and ready to go for our demonstration. So let me show you some stuff. I got some first names and last names over here, just two. You'll get the point after two. I did a whole bunch with X, Y, but I'll show you why I did that. So as you can see, with this formula right here, I combined Seeger and Jonathan together, and I put them in the order I wanted. Now, if you just do it normally, so let's actually delete these two so I can show you again how this works. So you can do your original, you can go up here, you can type in concatenate, which is a little slower. I mean, it's just a little faster if you already know what you're doing. If you prefer to go through the insert function way, I'll show that the second time. So, text one, if you want first name first, also going to put the first name in C2. So let's do that. Let's do C2. Let's put our comma, and then let's have last name secret. And boom. Now, what you're going to notice is there's no space. And that's because when I typed in the names, I didn't put a space after any of them. Especially, I didn't put a space after Jonathan. If I do that, it'll add a space. Now, for some reasons, and I also agree, you probably just don't want a space after Jonathan. If you have a lot of Jonathans, you don't want a space after them because sometimes you can type them and automatically fill the whole name out for you. And if you just don't want a space, understand that. So, in the formula, we can add that space relatively easy. Just add some quotes, hit the space bar, finish it off. Just wait a second. Oh, I've got to add a comma. That's why. Ignore that. Add your comma. There you go. Now it worked. So literally just putting those quotations and a space in the middle of that, add our space for us. We can drag that down. It'll work down there too. Boom. Now what I do want to show you is it worked, but if you want to do this a different way, let's go up to insert function. And let's just say if it's not in your select a function spot. You haven't done it yet, but you want to do it. So let's type in concatenate. Let's hit enter and let's go here. So let's double click on it. I'll bring it up. It'll say text 1 and text 2. So which one do you want first? Which text do you want? Let's do last name first. So we're gonna click on B3. Literally, let's go to our next slide. And the really nice thing about this is if you're not familiar with a function or you want to make sure it works, it will start telling you how this formula is gonna work, or it'll tell you if it's false. So this is kind of like a fail-safe, and I like to do this for formulas I'm not really comfortable with because it'll kind of like walk you through it, like, hey, you're not doing this right, or this is how it's gonna come out. If it isn't coming out how you think it'll be, it'll let you know right away, so you don't have to have the disappointment at the end of making like a two-line equation to know. You'll just know it now. So I think that's pretty cool. Then our text 2 will be Jackson. Now once again, we're going to have the same problem because I didn't put a space. So how do you add a space in this? I'll show you. Delete that and then just hit spacebar and we'll be fine. See, same thing, came right back up. We'll click on Jackson and we'll be done. Look, Wilbur Jackson. There you go. It's got the space and everything. So that way is honestly a little easier. It's a little slower because you got to go to insert function. You got to find it. You got to double click on it. Then, just type it in equal concatenate B3 and all that. But it's much safer. So if you're not really familiar with the formula, I'd recommend that. It's easy. It'll walk you right through it. And it makes a little more sense at first. Now let's hop down to the X, Y, Z coordinates down here. These first 6 numbers are just numbers. I just randomly plugged them in. And then I use the same function. Now that looks really convoluted up there because you go, why do you need that many parentheses and quotation marks and commas and whatnot? It just looks like not a lot, but it really isn't. I'll show you what it looks like if you want to do it via insert function. So let's go to insert function. That's what it looks like in insert function. So we just put in our parenthesis, we put in our number we wanted first, which is x, b8, then we put in a comma, then we did c8, then we did another comma, b8, and then finish off parenthesis. So it's not really that complicated. I mean, it looks like a lot. It looks like, dear goodness, what did you do to this Excel sheet? Not a lot, honestly. So if you got 3 numbers, you want to pump them out like that, put commas between them, put parentheses between them, it's cool. And all I did with this was I just, I threw this down the whole row. Now, as you notice, a lot of those numbers just changed. A little fun thing is you can do if you used Excel before, you just want some random numbers. You literally do equals rand between, and then this is your, and I'll click on it so you can see it. So that's your function, rand between. It's one whole function. It's not two functions thrown together. Because there is a random function, but this is a random between function. So then it's going to ask you the bottom, which means what's your bottom limit? What do you want to go to? We could even go to 0 if you want. I'll change that to 0. What do you want your top to be? You know, your highest number, the highest possible one. Let's go to 15. Then all I got to do is hit enter. Oops, messed that up. My apologies. I hit a wrong button. 0, 15, enter. Oh, that's why. Whoops. Did not have every cell highlighted. So let's just do that. Bring it across the top. And then let's bring it down to the bottom. There you go. Now they're all updated. Oh, cool. The only problem about random is literally, as you can see, every time you make a change to an Excel sheet, the numbers will change. So if I just want to add an L, all the numbers change. So if you need just random 20 numbers and you want to keep them, as soon as you punch that in, what you got to do is just go to copy. And here's the thing, when you paste it, make sure you do values. Because if you don't do values, you'll transfer the formula and the formula might be off, therefore taking a lot of random numbers with it. So you can do it that way, as you just saw. You can go to paste options, or you can just hit paste and see look how messed up this is getting, because I'm just trying to see E7, F7, and G7. So I'm trying to take it from these ones and it looks all funny. So if you do that and you realize that, you can then click down to paste down here and it'll give you values and numbers and all that. So just then go to values and boom, we're done again. So just be careful when you're doing that, because it's just so easy to click, copy, paste, throw it away. But you gotta remember that these numbers you're pulling from are from a formula, and that formula will track across the spreadsheet. Because as you see, well, what a see, let me go back here and repaste this and hope the formula stayed. Yeah, they stayed. Cool. So as you can see, it's getting really mucked up over here. So if you want to stop that, if you just want to take that, but like these formulas over here, and you just want to now put it in row L while you still have row E for some reason, I don't know why you would, I'm just making situations. When you copy, well actually, we can do this. You're just going to have to add this should do it. If it doesn't work, I will have a separate video on how to keep rows locked. Right now I was not prepared to do this, but I was feeling kind of adventurous. Yeah, so let me just try one more thing. The locking is fun, it's useful. When you do VLOOKUP, it becomes incredibly important, and VLOOKUP is also another video I will be doing in the future. Ooh, I think I got it that time, so let me... that won't work, because they'll just be all 3, 3. Well, now, as you can see now, usually when you bring it down, they'll all be fine. But since I said lock it at B7, C7, and D7, not so great. So what you can do is, I'll change that back. If you just want to copy this, move it over here, you can paste it, and then I guess you can just change it back to like B7 to C7. It's a little slower. I'll work on getting that better, but then you should be able to just mimic it right down. 9, 5, 12, yeah, they all match. But as you can see, when you add those dollar signs in, they'll lock, and that's really useful for VLOOKUP, which I will go over in another video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any other comments or questions or things I could improve on, please let me know.